Hello queens. I'm back at y'all with another client tutorial, and if you've been following my TikToks, then you already know today that I'm going to be showing y'all how I created this look using beauty supply store makeup, and we're jumping straight into this video. I'm going to start this off by cleaning my client's face. Now that her face is all clean, I'm going to start working on her eyebrows, and I'm going in with my Nicka K eyebrow pencil, and I'm using this in the shade black. I'm going to be using this to outline her brows. Whenever I'm working on clients, I like to outline both of the brows before filling them in, just to try to get them as symmetrical as possible. Now that both of the brows have been outlined, I'm going to start filling in all the sparse areas, starting from the back and working my way up to the front. Whenever you're filling in the brows, it is good to fill in the sparse areas, as I said. However, you don't want to go too overboard because that may make the brows appear very harsh and very thick. So make sure that you always blend out the product. It's okay if some of the areas still peek through. That'll just help it look more natural. And once I've made my way to the front of the brow, as you can see, I go in with a lighter shade pencil and I just do upward little hair-like strokes. And once I have it filled in to my liking, I like to go over the brows with the spoolie end of my pencil just to make sure that everything is blended, like I said. Now that the brows have been filled in, I'm going in with my clear eyelash glue. This one came from Shein, but you can use whatever clear eyelash adhesive that you like. As you can see, I'm applying a generous amount into the brows. Now I'm going in with the spoolie end of my pencil, and I'm just using this to mold her brow hairs down in place. If you would like to use eyebrow gel, you can also use that. However, I like how clear eyelash glue works for me, y'all. It keeps the brows on all day, and it comes off with soap and water, so don't get scared, y'all. To clean up her eyebrows, I'm going to be going in with 3 different concealers. Yes, y'all, 3 of them. So first I'm going in with these 2 Nicka K concealers, and these are the shades. And I'm also going to be taking this RK by Kiss concealer. To clean up underneath her arch, I'm going in with the Nicka K concealer in the shade 03. I like for underneath my client's arch to be nice and highlighted, which is why I always go in with a couple shades lighter. If that's not the look that you want to go for, you can always just go in with the color that's closer to their skin tone. To clean up the remainder of the way on the top and the bottom of her eyebrows, I mixed together my Nicka K concealer in the shade 08 along with my RK by Kiss concealer in the shade Espresso, just to create a concoction that was closer to her skin tone. As y'all can see, we have one nice clean eyebrow, so I'm just going to go ahead and blend out the concealer. And once I have it all blended out, I'm going to repeat the same process on the other brow. And while we're here, I'm going to go ahead and make my disclaimer. I did use beauty supply store makeup on the eyes and the eyeshadow. However, I did not use it all over her face, like when it came to the foundation and a few of the powders. But all of the products that I use in this video are affordable, so if you just want to skip to the eyeshadow part, you can. For an eyeshadow base, I'm going in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and this is in the shade Fair Rose. If you would like to use a beauty supply store concealer, I recommend the Nicka K concealer in the shade 01. However, you will have to set that concealer with a powder because it does have a very high oil content in it. But as you can see, I'm just going in with that e.l.f. Camo Concealer and I'm applying it all over her lids. I like to work one eye at a time when using this product because it does dry very quickly. And when it's dry, it's set, okay? It's not going anywhere. Make sure that when you're blending out the eyeshadow base that you try to blend it out as evenly as possible, because if you have an even base, then you should have an even eyeshadow application as well. I'm taking some of my RCMA no color powder and I'm going to be applying this throughout the front of her brows to lighten them up, and I'm also using it to set some of the concealer around her brows in place. For today's look, I'm going to be using the Nicka K Sugar Coat palette. And first I'm going in with this warm, I don't even know how you would describe this shade, but it's like this warm eyeshadow shade, and I'm going to be using this as my transition. I'm packing this on her eyes using this blending brush from Shop Miss A. This palette didn't come with shade names for the colors, but I think that it has them labeled on the back. So if so, I'm going to be putting them in the description box down below so y'all can know what shades I use specifically. Since we are doing a cut crease, you want to make sure that you pack those eyeshadows all the way up towards the front of the eyebrow as well. I'm taking the darkest shade from the palette and I'm applying it into her crease. First, I'm going to press it on just to build up the pigment, and then I'm going to go back in with that blending brush and I'm going to use it to blend the color out. This step is optional, but I'm just going in and I'm highlighting the inner corners of her eyes using this matte white eyeshadow. To cut her crease, I'm going to be going back in with that e.l.f. camo concealer in the shade Fair Rose. And while I'm cutting the crease, I'm going to be putting y'all onto a new tip that I just developed. So as you can see, I'm cutting her crease using this flat brush, and I'm only going to be bringing her cut crease out about halfway. I'm not going to cut the entire lid. And once I have it cut to my liking, I'm going to go in with my blending brush and I'm going to use it to blend out all of the concealer, and I'm going to drag the concealer out to the edge. So for the part that I didn't cut, as you can see, I'm just blending the edge out and I'm dragging it to the outer edge of her eye. So I only had to cut the crease halfway, but I still ended up with a full cut crease. Since we are going to be blending out the edges of the cut crease with eyeshadow anyway, then the edge does not have to be sharp. I'm going in with those two shades that I used in the beginning, and I'm just going to use them to blend out the edge of her cut crease. I'm going in with this yellow gold shimmer eyeshadow, and I'm going to be packing this all over her cut crease. Whenever you're packing on those lid shades, make sure that you lift up the eye, y'all. You want to get into all those nooks and crannies, okay? I'm going back in with that first shade that we used, and I'm just tapping a little bit of it onto that shimmer eyeshadow. To add some sparkle to this look, I'm taking my Is Me New York glitter. This is also from the beauty supply store, and it's in the shade Diamond. And I'm going to be packing this onto her cut crease. I went ahead and applied the adhesive off camera. I just went in with some clear eyelash glue. So as you can see, I'm just tapping this on top of that gold shade that we used. Next, I'm going to go ahead and line her eyes using my Wet n Wild black liquid liner, and I decided to do a wing. Moving on to the face, I'm going in with my Pond's moisturizer, and I'm using it to hydrate her skin. I'm going in with a dense foundation brush, and I'm going to use it to really press that moisturizer into her face. To prime her face, I went in with this Ruby Kisses Pore Minimizing Primer, and y'all, this really did not combine well with the moisturizer. As you can see, it was crumbling up, but the show must go on, so I just swiped those to the side and proceeded with priming her face. I'm going in with my Nicka K concealer in the shade 08, and I'm just using it to kind of color correct around her face. I'm using it to balance out her skin tone before we step into the foundation. And I don't know if y'all can see or not, but her neck is a little lighter than her face, which is why I decided to go in with a lighter shade concealer. For her foundation, I'm going in with my Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and this is in the shade Spicy Brown. To highlight her face, I'm going to be using two concealers. I went in with my Nicka K concealer in the shade 03, and I also went in with the shade either 07 or 08 just to tone it down a little bit. I'm going to blend that concealer out using the same brush that I used to blend out her foundation, just to create a nice seamless blend. I'm going to allow the concealer to sit underneath her eyes a little longer, and before I move on to contour, I'm going to be taking whatever excess concealer is left on my brush and use it to clean up the edge of her wings. I went ahead and contoured her face off camera. If you would like to see how I do that, then I have it in just about every client tutorial on my channel. I apologize for leaving it out of this one, but as y'all can see, I'm just showing you how I contoured the nose, and to do so, I'm using my Juvia's Place foundation stick, and the shade name will be in the description box down below. I'm going to go ahead and blend out the concealer underneath her eyes using this flat brush. I'm sorry, y'all. We was having us a real good conversation. Y'all know the relationship I got with my clients, okay? We all cool. We all close. Y'all know I love my clients. But to set the concealer in place, I'm going in with my Morphe loose powder, and this is in the shade Banana Rich. To set the contoured areas of her face, I'm going in with my Black Radiance Press Powder in the shade Black Coffee. To set the remaining areas of her face, I'm going in with my Fit Me Press Powder in the shade Truffle. I'm going in with a little bit of blush. This is my orange blush. Y'all already know it came from Juvia's place. And I'm just applying it to the apples of her cheeks. I'm going in with this black Wet n Wild pencil liner, and I'm using this to line about halfway onto her waterline. I'm going in with those brown eyeshadows, and I'm using them to smoke out her lower lash line. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and dust away all of the powder. I'm going to spray her face in place using my Morphe Setting Mist. Now we're just going to move on to lashes, and y'all already know I got these lashes from Shein, and I cut them to fit her eyes off camera, so now I'm just gluing them onto her lash line. I'm going to go ahead and highlight her face while her lashes are drying, and then I'm going to move on to lips. To outline her lips, I'm going in with this cream foundation from Ruby Kisses, and I believe it's in the level number 16, and it's the darker side. I like to go in with cream foundations because they just apply more smooth and they're easier to blend out, in my opinion. The lip combo that I'll be going in with is also from the beauty supply store. This is the OZ Lab lip gloss and the Absolute New York liquid lipstick. First, I'm going in with the liquid lipstick, and as y'all can see, I'm just applying it to the center of her lips using that lip wand. And once I have it all applied, I'm gonna go on top of it with that pale pink lip gloss, and I'm gonna have her press her lips together to help me blend everything out. I didn't like how pale the lips were looking, so I went in with a little bit more of that pink liquid lipstick just to add some more color to the lips, and I'm gonna have her blend her lips together once again. And once it's fully blended, that'll be the finished look, and we'll be stepping into the grand reveal. So I'm gonna let y'all watch. Okay, you ready to see?
Yes, girl. You know I'll be ready to see. Yes! Oh, I love it. Oh, you know I love it.
Holiday glam.
Glam, Thanksgiving ready, bro.
Period.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yes, ma'am. I really have to go somewhere.
Definitely. Okay, queens, get into the slay. Girl, get into the material. I think this look came out absolutely bomb. And as y'all can see by my client's reaction, this tutorial was another success. We actually filmed this before Thanksgiving, so I was supposed to have it ready by Thanksgiving, but we're still in the holiday season, okay? You can take this look to Christmas, you can take it to Valentine's Day, really any holiday. But I think this came out so beautiful, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know if y'all would like to see an affordable makeup series, and I will have that for y'all. Please stay tuned for my next one, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and follow me on all of my social media outlets. Bye bye, queens.